Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Anna Jackson, and this is your Golf Central update. Well, just 18 holes to play at the DP World Tour Championship, and there are some superstars at the top of this leaderboard, led by none other than Jon Rahm. A third round 65 for him to give him a one-stroke advantage heading into tomorrow's final round. But the season-long race, that all comes down to Matt Fitzpatrick and Rory McIlroy, as they'll be battling it out tomorrow to be named Europe's #1 player. And over on the PGA Tour, it is the final event of the wraparound season, and Patrick Rodgers and Ben Martin are tied at the top at 14 under. Sahith Theegala as well, always a fun name, but really it comes down to those two guys at the top and what is on the line for them. So let's hear from 35-year-old Ben Martin.
It was solid. I don't know my stats, but it seemed like I hit a lot of fairways and a lot of greens. I don't remember chipping a ton. So it's kind of the way you want to play golf. Kind of boring. I think Larry Penley at Clemson used to say, boring golf is good golf is great golf. So, it's very similar. That's kind of how I played yesterday. Took advantage of opportunities and didn't make a ton of mistakes.
How are you a different golfer since the back injuries and since you feel like you felt better?
I think that coming back, I was kind of searching to find maybe what I'd had before. I don't know if I'm that different. I think one thing I struggled with too was in that same time was having kids, and just you get a little bit of time at home. You're like, man, this is kind of nice to be at home. So maybe even going through a phase there was like, man, do I want to transition careers kind of thing? I don't know if I ever seriously thought about that, but it's certainly in my head when your body's not feeling great, you're not playing great golf, and struggling to enjoy our time out here. But I think that's one thing I learned coming back is if I can enjoy it first, then I think good golf comes, and instead of telling yourself you have to play well to have some fun out here.
And the LPGA Tour gets its season wrapped up tomorrow with final round of the CME Group Tour Championship, and there are two women going head-to-head at the top of this leaderboard. Leona Maguire and Lydia Ko battling it out for the biggest winner's check in the history of the women's game, $2 million on the line. So let's hear from the 27-year-old Irish woman, Leona Maguire.
Yeah, it was just really, really solid. Get myself a lot of chances, which I'd been doing the first 2 days, but got it, hold a nice birdie putt on the first, and just kind of went from there. Some really nice momentum on the front nine, especially around 8 and 9, and to get those 4 birdies in a row were big. The wind was kind of swirling and gusting at that point, so some really good momentum through there, and really nice up and down on 15 to keep sort of finishing strong, and hold a nice putt on 16, which was kind of a bonus.
Made 5 in a 6-hole stretch. What was going through your head there?
The hole was looking big, and I was just trying to hit it as close as I could. Hit some really nice sort of 5 and 6 hybrids on those few holes with the wind, and I was just dialed in today. And my caddy's been talking last 2 weeks all about patience, and they're going to drop, and finally they did today, which was nice.
Considering where you're from, I think I'd be remiss not to ask about the wind out here. But does that kind of make it feel like home and make it a little bit easier to score for you?
Yeah, you definitely have to be in control of your ball flight, picking your shots. I think it's nice coming back here a few times. I feel like I've got a better sense each year I've come back here. You just have to take your chances where you get them on certain holes, and know which holes that pars a good score. So get myself a lot of chances in, pretty much took nearly all of them.
And then just finally for me, I haven't made a bogey in 27 holes. Out here, that's quite a feat. Just thoughts on that?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Just trying to hit as many greens as possible, give myself as many chances. It's really tricky to chip around here, and the bunkers are really tricky as well. They've got a lot of sand in them, so just trying to commit to my targets and hit really good, solid shots, and do that for 18 more holes tomorrow.
Awesome, Steve.
A little bit of housekeeping. How long was the putt on 16?
Maybe about 30 feet.
30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give or take.
Does the fact that you I don't want to call it a knuckleball, but the ball flight off the driver doesn't have a whole lot of spin to it, kind of boring. Do you find that is an advantage on this golf course in general, or just when you have the wind like you had today?
Yeah, I think it's pretty wide open around here, but anytime you keep the ball low in the wind, take the spin off it, it's definitely an advantage. I feel like traditionally long hitters have done well around this golf course. I'm not a long hitter by any means, but I feel like I've kind of plotted my way around the course very well, and just played to my strengths, really.
Tomorrow we're supposed to have rain and maybe 30-mile-an-hour gusts, which is a lovely day in Limerick. But what do you think? Do you feel good about that? Does that give you an advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I like the weather today. It would have been nice if we got another day like this, but yeah, I mean, whatever we get tomorrow, we get. It's nice to have made up a lot of ground today. I don't think that's weather you can chase in, so yeah, we'll just play whatever's in front of us tomorrow and yeah, go back to what it was when I was 15, 16 playing at home in Ireland.
You've had a lot of success in match play, and this could turn into a match play sort of feel. Which do you prefer, match play or stroke play?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're a little different. It's still a stroke play event. I feel like it's the kind of golf course that you very much have to focus on every single shot. You can't get distracted anyway. There is a lot of trickiness to it, so I'm just going to play as well as I possibly can tomorrow. Whatever Lydia does. Just like I did today. I didn't really look at leaderboards today, so do the same tomorrow, and we'll see what happens.
And I know your caddy has been a great help to you. In what way is he the most helpful?
Yeah, I mean, I think he keeps me pretty level. I was getting a little frustrated yesterday when the putts weren't dropping, so he was just kind of keep patient, they will drop, and they did today, which was nice, as I said. But I think in these wins and these crosswinds, it's nice having someone there that's used to wind as well. I mean, he's from Ireland too, he knows. So a lot of the time picking the right shot and committing to that shot. So he definitely helps me commit to my shots out there, which is key.
Speaking of match play, we heard all year from Scotty Scheffler that part of why he did so well this year was the Ryder Cup. And I'm curious, when you look at your year being contention here, winning, do you give a little credit to the Solheim Cup at all for that? I mean, did that propel you in any way?
I think the Solheim Cup was a big part of my journey. I have a lot to thank to Beanie for picking me, but I think the biggest thing was confidence, feeling like I belonged on that team. Playing all 5 matches, doing as well as I did. I think my game was there. I just didn't know if it was there or not, and I feel like I showed that week, and it gave me a lot of momentum finish off last year, and to get the win early in this year as well was huge.
When you look at tomorrow, you say you don't look at leaderboards, but tomorrow you'll have her right next to you, right? So there will be a sense of, with you both having 5 shots, there will be a sense of a match. When you think of that now, I mean, it's a weird question, but does it strike you that tomorrow could be like, one of the biggest days of your career? I mean,
yeah, I mean, try not to put it like that. Yeah, I mean, when I won earlier in the year, I think me and Marina were quite a few shots ahead. I actually fell behind, I think, early on in that day. So I feel like I'm just going to go out and play as well as I possibly can. Lydia is an incredible golfer. I have a huge amount of respect for her, and hopefully it's a great battle tomorrow, and it'd be nice to be the one standing there with the trophy tomorrow. If not, it's been a fantastic season, and I'd just like to finish it off in style.
I know you haven't been in this position before yet, going down the stretch with $2 million on the line, but do you anticipate that it'll feel like a major or like Sunday at the Solheim?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in contention, you want to win. We're all competitive. I'm as competitive as they get. You want to do your very best. So given that it's the last event of the year and we're not going to have another one for a couple of months, you want to finish it off as well as you possibly can. Obviously, the $2 million, it's a lot of money. We're very lucky to be playing for that kind of money. So, try and make the most of the opportunity tomorrow.